They call, they pretend to be official, and in a moment of trust, they take it all. Senior citizens across Georgia and the U.S. have lost billions to elaborate fraud schemes. What finally broke the silence was one of the largest coordinated elder fraud sweeps in history. This is how it unfolded, and why the damage goes far beyond dollars. They are often the most silent, the most trusting, the most vulnerable. Elderly Americans, targeted not by strangers in the night, but by shadows over the phone, by manipulation, by deceit. In 2018 and 2019, the U.S. Department of Justice launched sweeping operations against fraudsters who preyed upon seniors. Hundreds of criminal charges, civil actions, consumer protection efforts stretching across every federal district. In Georgia alone, federal prosecutors were part of this sweeping effort. The Southern District, the Northern District, dozens of cases involving romance scams, grandparent schemes, impersonation of Internal Revenue Services, and invest frauds. Most victims, elderly people living on fixed incomes. Many isolated. Many unaware until it was too late. One case, Sailor Jones, 57, of Midway, Georgia, charged with wire fraud for defrauding a dementia patient out of nearly $500,000. Another, numerous romance scam conspirators, fake lovers, deceptive profiles, promises of companionship in exchange for transactions. The sweep involved more than 400 defendants in 1 year, over $1 billion in losses across hundreds of thousands of victims, many seniors.
How did it work? Fraudsters impersonated IRS agents, bank officials, grandchildren in distress. They used fear, urgency, lies. They leveraged phone systems, call centers across borders. They pressured victims. Send them money or face consequences. And often they used money mules, people who facilitate moving the stolen funds. The DOJ and partner agencies launched investigations, stings, traced wire transfers, and in several instances seized assets. But for many victims, the loss had already been made. Years of savings, trust, stability, gone in one phone call or one email. Among the most striking stories, elderly people with dementia who were manipulated into signing over control, retirees sold worthless investments in promissory note schemes, timeshare frauds, imposters demanding payment for false emergencies. In the Northern District of Georgia, for example, one fraud ring convinced older Americans to invest in promissory notes through a company called Credit Nation, allegedly misrepresenting both security and profits. Losses were in the tens of millions.
Romance scams, too. Fake profiles, emotional manipulation, false promises of love or companionship. Then requests for money. Then silence. And with little recourse, because many victims feel shame or fear being judged. But there were actions. Law enforcement coordinated across districts. State attorneys general got involved. Public awareness campaigns. Some restitution where possible. But the truth is that most victims never see full justice. The cost is more than financial. It is trust shattered, dignity violated, powerlessness. Many seniors live alone. Many rely on others for care. When fraud strikes, it's personal. It's betrayal. Today, the DOJ continues work. New sweeps, prosecutions, criminal networks dismantled. But the message remains: protect your elders. Warn them. Don't let letters or calls that sound urgent override their instincts. Because only awareness can break the silence these criminals depend on.